Hello again. So I'm doing a review on Nextbase's flagship dash cam, which is a 512GW. Thank you for Nextbase for providing the dash cam. I'm going to give it my honest opinion on what I think about it. Now, if you're new to watching these videos, you'll realise that I've already done the Nextbase 312. So the video's at the top if you want to look at it. And I'll also put at the top further on how to set up the dash cams in your car. So if you're not sure and you're new to dash cams, then click on that video and it'll show you how to set it all up. It's a piece of cake, you'll be surprised. So back to this one then. I've already opened the box, so I'll just show you what's inside it. Well, obviously I've got my dash cam. Now it's a little bit bigger than the 312, and I'll just get the 312 one. Not much bigger, but slightly bigger. You can't really tell much, can you? But it's slightly wider, and the camera's centered in the middle of the dash cam. And one of the biggest differences I've noticed before I even started turning it on is on the back, the screen's slightly bigger, and on the 312 it's push button on the back of it, where on the 512 it's touch button, which is a bit like using your smartphones, which I'm quite interested in how I'm gonna cope with that one. I'm kind of expecting it to be okay, but I've never used it yet. It's not even been turned on, so it's not even been charged up, which is another thing. When I open the box, it tells me to charge up the phone charge up the dash cam for 2 hours, and that way when you start using it, it will keep the settings that you set on it, and it's easy to set the date and time and so on. So I'll be sticking it on charge in a few minutes and then letting it charge up before I even start turning it on. Then when I turn it on, I'll talk about it a little bit more. So what's in the rest of the box then? Oh, on the front it's got a polarizing filter as well, which I'll explain what that is later on. You've also got your mount. Now it looks like it's exactly the same mount as a 312. It's got the GPS on the front, but something extra I've got in the box is a permanent suction thing. Rather than have the suction one, it's like a glue one that sticks on. It's a lot smaller. See the difference? Whoops. See the difference in the two? So if you want a bit more discreet and you don't want to keep taking it off, use that one and then connect that to that. It's as easy as that. So that's something handy to have. And something else that I've noticed between the two dash cams is the cables. Just as long as the other cable, which is I think it's loads of cable you've got to actually wire it in. But the end of it, what plugs into your cigarette lighter, is nice long bullet shape. This is going to be a lot easier than the other one, because the other one was like a bit of a gun shape, like a handgun shape, and it was a bit of an awkward one trying to fit that one in. But this looks a lot easier, so that's going to be a lot easier to use. I've also got the software disk, which you can use for Windows or for Macs. Now my Mac hasn't got a software disk slot, so there's also you can also download it from the Nextbase website, which I'll put a link at the bottom. And you've got your USB cable. And you've also got a couple of other things, which is you got a sticker you can put on the back of the car or the front of the car in the windscreen, side out the way, telling people that you're going to record. And I've also got one other thing, which is the quick guide. Now on the quick guide, which I'll run through, the boast on the bottom that is a car insurance that'll give you 20% discount, and there's a link including Nextbase on it, which I'll put the link on the bottom of here as well, so that you can follow the link. So if you're interested in getting a 20% discount on your insurance, then this insurance company is going to offer it with this dash cam, so that'll be interesting. Now I'll be using the Nextbase micro SD card that wasn't supplied, but I've got older one of them, and it's a 32GB one. Now this dash cam boasts it can take up to 64GB on it, so I'm using 32, which is probably plenty for me, plenty for most people. So all I'm going to do now is get it charged up, and once it's charged up, I'll go through some of the features on the buttons, talk about what's actually on the dash cam itself, and then I'll start recording, and then we'll take it from there. Okay, so let's get going. So here it is. I'll just do a bit of a close-up and a little bit of information on the back of it. It's the 512 GW from Nextbase. It's got the polarizer filter on the front there to kind of cut out some of the glare. And you obviously got your clip there, which you clip off. Dead easy to clip off. That way it connects onto your onto the connection on the suction pad. And the screen, it's the 312 is more push button. This one's is more a touch button, so you touch it, comes on. It's very similar layout to the other previous models. Oops, it's very similar layout to other previous models. So if I just go into the menu, see at the moment it's you've got two types there. You got the recording stuff and then the next one along. So I'm just going to go down, and you can see there you got audio recording. Now if I click on OK, it says on. I mean, all I tend to do is just use the default settings, but you can turn off the audio recording. So if you want it silent, so you want to hear what people are saying while you're recording it. Number plate, I left that off. The video length is an interesting one. Now, if I go into that, I've set it at 3 minutes. Some people might want it at 5 minutes. The reason I set it at 3 minutes is because I tend to do a lot of recordings, and it might be some of the recording I don't want, so I can easily split it down into 3 minute segments. So that bit's quite easy for me. I've just pressed the OK button, goes back to where it was, and I carry on going down. Time lapse recording just above it there. See if I light it up. Nice little feature. I'll put a video at the top of me using it about a month earlier. Quite a fun little thing. It's one of the things where I'm sure you enjoy using it. And then going down, you've got parking mode, you've got display, you can put your speed stamp and time and date on it, GPS location, the model of it, and the G sensor, which is quite a nifty little thing to have. And if I just click across on there, if I just press it back on a second, see, moved it across onto the Wi-Fi. So the Wi-Fi is pretty straightforward. I mean, some people might want to use the cable to actually connect it to the computer, but I like to use the app and onto my mobile and just download it from the Wi-Fi straight onto my mobile. It's quicker for me, and do it while I'm parked up somewhere. So that bit I quite like. And as you go down there, formatting it's pretty straightforward. There's nothing at the moment, so if I click on it there, it will say no, all data will be deleted. So if I click down to there, press there, deleting it or whatever's there. I think I had a photo from before. Format successful. They recommend that you format it about once every 2 weeks, but because I use mine all the time, I tend to do it once a week. And the time and date, pretty straight, easy to do. Set it, you just go into it and you scroll down what you want. I'll just come out on there a second. Menu, scroll back, and then the time and zone. Well, obviously it's straightforward again. You just at the moment it's on the +1 because of the time of the year, and then come back again. Press the menu, and it tells you at the bottom there, back, enter, so on, what you're going to do on it. And the language, obviously it's in English for me. You can change it for whatever settings you want. If you look on there, you've got Danish, German, Spanish, French, Italian, Dutch, Norwegian. So there's quite a few. Finnish and Swedish. Let's go back again. And the speed, mine's in miles per hour. It depends on your country, it might be kilometers per hour. Pretty easy thing to look at. So we'll press the back on that one again, go back. And you know, screensaver. I mean, I tend to have mine on all the time, but some people like to say, well, I'll let it go on screensaver so it turns itself off. This is an interesting one, the device sounds. So I click on, I don't want it on. So it's a bit more quieter now, isn't it? Yeah, so the default settings, that's what I've set it at. And like I say, it's a nice touch screen. At the moment I've got it recording in 1440p, but you have got the choice of doing it in 1080 or I think it's 720, the one. But I do it at the highest resolution. I see there, because I put the mute on, the recording thing's gone off at the same time. On there. And if you're ever involved in a collision and you want to save it, you can just press the button and it locks it for you. So it's a nice easy one. If you've got to turn it off, just hold it over that for a few seconds, knocks it off. So that's a... So here's some footage that I've recorded. This first bit is of the evening, and you can see on here now it's pretty dark. There's a couple of street lights, but nothing too bright. It's a really dark night, and I think when I record this, it's a bit wet on the ground as well. So it's probably, apart from raining in the night, it's probably one of the worst conditions that you're probably going to get. And you can see by the footage that it's quite clear. You can see what's happening ahead of you. So if you was ever involved in an accident at night time, you can certainly see whose fault it was. This bit of footage here is obviously in the daytime, and it's when it's raining. Now, what's interesting here is obviously you can see a car pulling out there. This is an ideal situation. Someone pulls out on you. You've got it recorded, so if you're ever involved in an accident, you can certainly bring up the video evidence to say that, well, actually it's their fault, pulling right in front of me, didn't have a chance to stop. But like I say, just going back to the rain, it's not heavy rain, I think it's just flickering down, but constantly flickering down, so it's making a difference with the weather conditions. It's not as bright as what it could be outside, but the clarity of the film's pretty clear, so I'm quite pleased with what it's recording in different types of weather. And the filter that's on the front of the camera does make a difference when it's shining quite hard sun on it, and in the evening when you've got bright lights. So this is a bit of footage of the daytime in the sun. So it's not completely bright sun, but it's not like overcast, it's not raining, so it's a nice clear day. And you can see quite clearly the signs, the cars. When you get close enough, you can see the reg plates of the cars. So this, in the daytime, ideal recording conditions for most people. And the filter on the front clears away some of the glares from the windscreen. So I've had the 512 GW now for about 6 weeks or so, and it's been used every day for up to 6-7 hours a day. I've never had any faults with it. I've never had any error messages. Whenever I've tried to download a file onto my mobile, it's done it straight away. It's been really good. It's been really reliable. But I kind of expected that because the 312 was reliable. But just going back to this 512 one then, it records in 1440p. You can set the settings to 1080 or 720, I think the other one is, but I've kept it recording the highest quality one, just so I can see how clear it is. And when I'm looking back on the review on my computer, you can definitely see there's a clarity in there which you don't get in the 312. The price bracket is a little bit steeper for this one, but I suppose you pay for what you get, really. It is a top dash cam, and using the push buttons is really easy. It's just like I say, the touchscreen ones, they're easy. I ended up in the end turning off the sound because I like on my mobile to be nice and quiet when I'm pressing the buttons, so I just kept it like that with a dash cam. It's been really easy to use, and I'm really pleased with it. I hope you liked the video. I hope it's been informative for you, and I put some links down below, so if you wanted to check out the insurance or you want to check out the actual dash cam on Amazon, then the links are down there for you too. Okay, take care and watch out for the next video. Bye.